Evan and Zora kept dancing around something real. The looks, the silences, the closeness. Everyone at the office could feel it, but no one said a word. Not even Claire. She just watched. One Thursday afternoon, Evan walked into Zora's office. He didn't knock. He just stood there. She looked up from her sketchpad. "Everything okay?" "Let's get out of here," he said. "Just for coffee." Zora stared at him for a moment. "That's not smart," she said quietly. "I know," he replied. "But I need air, and I want you to breathe it with me." She closed her notebook slowly. "Okay." They sat at a small coffee shop across the street from the office. It was quiet. Nobody knew them there. They didn't talk about work. They didn't talk about Claire. They just talked, laughed, shared stories, told truths they didn't expect to tell. When Evan reached across the table and gently touched Zora's hand, she didn't pull away. She looked at him, long and deep, and in that moment, something broke. The wall between them. The line he wasn't supposed to cross. The boundary she swore she'd never blur. It happened late. Too late. They were walking back to the office. Zora was about to turn toward the elevator. Evan stepped in front of her. She stopped. His eyes searched hers, asking without words. And Zora, tired of hiding, tired of holding back, whispered, "You shouldn't." But she didn't move. So he did. Their lips met like a storm held back too long. Soft, then sudden, warm, dangerous, real. When they pulled apart, both of them knew it wasn't just an accident. It was a beginning of something beautiful, of something broken. Claire noticed everything. Every shift, every missed call, every flicker of emotion on Evan's face. So, she asked her assistant to do something she hadn't done in years. "Can you pull the full employee file on the new creative designer?" she said casually. Her assistant nodded. "Zora Allen?" Claire froze. That name, Zora Allen. It echoed like a whisper from another life. She didn't remember much about high school, just that it was hers. She ruled it. People followed her, feared her, loved her. But the name stirred something deep. She opened her old yearbook that night, and there, on the bottom row of class photos, was Zora. The girl she used to laugh at. The girl with the quiet eyes. The girl she broke. She's back? Here? Working in my company? Claire's fingers tightened on the page. Zora sat at her desk at home, a letter open on her laptop. It was a letter she wrote years ago, but never sent. "You made high school hell for me. You turned my name into a joke. You told everyone I'd never matter. You thought I'd disappear. But here I am, in your house, in your world, and your husband, he sees me now." She saved the letter again, then closed the laptop. She didn't need to send it, not yet. That weekend, Evan told Claire he had a business retreat. She smiled and nodded. He packed a bag, but instead of going to any hotel, he drove across town to Zora's door. He didn't say a word. She opened the door, stepped aside, and let him in. They didn't talk much that night. They didn't have to. They both knew exactly what they were doing. By Monday, Claire was looking through Zora's social media accounts, old friends, old tags. One photo showed Zora in high school. She was younger, sadder, but still her. The truth slammed into Claire like a punch. It's her, the girl I ruined, the one who was never supposed to come back, and now she's with him? Claire's breath shook. This wasn't just betrayal. This was revenge. Zora has what she wants. Evan thinks he's found real love. But Claire is waking up, and she never loses. Claire didn't cry. She didn't scream. She didn't beg. She made calls. Within 24 hours, Zora was removed from all major design accounts, her office temporarily reassigned, and HR began a sudden performance review. Evan walked in that morning and found Zora's desk empty. He stormed into Claire's office. "You had her suspended?" he snapped. Claire leaned back in her chair, perfectly calm. "Don't act surprised. You cheated, Evan, with a woman in my company, in my house." "She's not just anyone," he said. "No," Claire whispered, her eyes narrowing. "She's Zora Allen, the same scholarship girl I used to laugh at. The one who's been smiling in my face while fucking my husband." Then she smiled. Cold, beautiful, dangerous. "You think you're in love with her? Good. Now watch me burn her." Zora wasn't crying either. She expected this. She planned for it. Claire may own the company, but Zora had something better: receipts. She had emails, messages, high school photos, screenshots of Claire mocking people online, whispers of shady business deals. She had stories from former employees Claire had silenced with NDAs. Zora wasn't playing the long game anymore. It was time. She dropped a flash drive on a reporter's desk the next day with only 6 words. "You want Whitmore's secrets? Start here." He showed up at Zora's apartment, angry, heartbroken, confused. "You planned this?" he asked. Zora didn't lie. "Yes, I was part of it." "You were the door," she said softly. "I just walked through it." Evan's chest tightened. "So it was never real?" Zora looked at him then, like she was seeing past his skin, past his name, past his family. "It was revenge, Evan. And then, it was you. I didn't plan that." He should have walked out, but he didn't. He sat beside her. "Then let's finish what you started." Claire's phone buzzed non-stop. Emails, press alerts, whispers from board members. The flash drive had done damage, enough to shake things. And she knew exactly who sent it. She didn't go to Evan. She went to his parents. His father slammed the newspaper on the kitchen table. "Do you understand what you've done? We gave you to that woman so we could all rise." His mother, teary-eyed. "We trusted you." Claire sat beside them, fake tears perfectly placed. "She's ruining everything," she whispered. "She is," his mother said, "but he let her in." Evan stood up. "She didn't ruin anything. She just revealed what you all chose to ignore." Claire blinked. "You're choosing her? I'm choosing the truth." That night, Claire destroyed their wedding portrait with her bare hands. Glass shattered across the floor. She screamed into the empty house like it owed her something. "She was nothing. She was beneath me." Her voice cracked, finally, as she collapsed to the floor. "I gave him everything." But the truth was, she never gave him love. She only gave him power, and he never wanted that. Within days, Zora posted a letter to the media, an open letter. She named no names, but she told the truth about the girl who laughed at her pain, about the man who was sold to a rich family, about what happens when the world protects power over people. The post went viral. Some praised her, some dragged her, but no one could ignore her now. She called Zora herself. "I underestimated you," Claire said. "You played your part well." "You made me who I am," Zora replied. "Then remember, I'm not done." Zora hung up without another word. He stood in the center of it all, his marriage in ashes, his family furious, the company under fire, and yet he felt free. Because for the first time, he wasn't pretending. He wasn't just Claire's husband. He wasn't just his parents' puppet. He was the man who chose the girl no one saw coming. And she was just getting started. The company fell into crisis. Shareholders panicked. Clients dropped. But through the smoke, one name kept rising: Zora Allen. Her story became a symbol. Her work went viral. Her message, undeniable. The board, desperate to save face, offered her what no one expected: control. Claire was suspended. Zora was promoted. Evan filed for divorce, quietly, cleanly. Claire didn't show up to the court hearing. She sent a lawyer. She never even looked back. Evan moved into Zora's apartment that weekend. He kissed her in the kitchen like the past had finally let go. And this time, she didn't push him away. It happened slowly, then all at once. First came the silence, then the screaming, then the pills, the mirrors, the tears no one saw. One morning, her driver found her in the garden, barefoot and whispering to the flowers. She was still wearing her wedding ring. They took her away quietly. No press, no cameras, just a woman who lost everything she tried to control. Zora stood in front of the building she now owned. The same place she walked into as the help, now it bore her name on the front glass. Evan stepped beside her. "You did it," he said softly. She didn't smile. "I survived it." Then she took his hand, and for the first time since high school, she felt whole. A girl they laughed at took everything back, and then she took more. Even the man who was never supposed to love her.